Right now I would say, well, now it's because of some positioning, because I spent a lot of time positioning myself with, a blog, a book, speaking about, and all this stuff created a business for me.
By the way, for those of you that don't know, Dawn is the note queen.
The note queen. Yeah.
Just so you know, you're in the presence of royalty now.
Yes, it actually started as a joke, but I won't waste your time with that. But so at this point, I have people that bring me, she wholesales properties to people. Well, there's people that can wholesale a note, same concept. And also, wholesalers have brought me 2 deals this year of property. And then I have a few people that bring me, a handful of deals a year. I can't close on all of them. I've done a little bit of direct mail. Search, my SEO is pretty good at this point because my Note Queen site has been up since 2008 or 9. And so I'll get deals that other people aren't getting just because I think I rank well. Just because I put out a ton of content because it was fun and easy because I love it. So that's the thing. It wasn't a big job. It's because it's like professional crack to me to talk about notes and other financing and all this creative dance between property and papers.
And how was it when you first started?
Oh, it was awful.
Tell us about that.
Okay, no, the thing was, it was a real struggle because, as everybody knows, it's the journey between W-2 and successful entrepreneur isn't exactly the most smooth transition because you have to learn, you actually have to become a whole different person. You really do. And so by the time I found my first deal, and it was a little teeny weeny little note secured by a property in Florida, and I didn't even, I'd blown through all my net worth. So all the money I'd saved away so that you can jump ship, well, I blew through it. So I didn't have any money by the time I was ready to start investing, so I used my friend's money. And I go, well, I'm a failure because I don't have any money left. Well, no, it actually is good because my friend wanted a way to make money, and I wanted, so I learned that arbitrage. So I borrowed it really expensive. It was 15% money from him, but I had bought that note at a 25% yield. So even on a teeny deal, I had like $50 or $75 passive income on top of his money. He's happy. I go, ooh, I wonder. So then that just made me go, I only need a little more passive income than I had this month than I had last month. And so just going little bit, year and a half later, I had the PITI on my Southern California house was covered on a passive basis with none of my own money. That was a revelation right there.
Wow, that's amazing. I'd like to share some wisdoms about what you guys think someone should invest in for the market at this time. Who'd like to man that question?
Or woman.
Yeah, Jennifer?
I will bring the women power.
Okay.
How do you decide that? Sometimes it's very challenging because, as Paige said, you have to decide what is that you're looking for and why. And it takes a lot of trial and error. And I did a lot of investment, including multifamilies, which is one of my favorite for passive income. But then I would always say, start with who you are as a person. What is the kind of lifestyle that you want to have? If you want to have some time to go and hang out and do girly stuff and things like that, then you need a lot of passive income. And
No, you need a lot of fact checks.
well, but of course, there's always a way to start, right? You need a lot of fact checks, or you also need to know people with money who are busy and they also want to help you out in, investing in these deals as Iris, right? So it takes a self-exploration, and it takes what is that you really want to do with your life. And if you're thinking about cash flow, right? There's self-storage, there's multifamily, there's notes, there is tax lien, because you have to wait for that one to get paid. And the reality is that there's going to be many strategies, and every strategy is different in every market. And I won't say, hey, go ahead and have a niche and only do that. And people look at me like, what? Why I say that is, if you are in Florida you can go and make money developing, you can make money in multifamilies, you can make money in nodes, and you can just talk to people who is in there and find your deal there. But then if you come to California and you try to cash flow, Jesus Christ, good luck. Good luck. So, yes, yeah, it just takes a lot of work, a lot of creativity. I would say you have to surround yourself with really smart women, because yes, I have deals that I cash flow a lot, especially in Bakersfield. But what I'm saying is, first of all, find who you are and what is that you're looking for. Second is, whatever is your plan, it could be any of them, find any women here who is an expert. Because if you want to advance further and faster, then you have to partner up with women who has done it before. And it really helps. And the third thing is, once that you have those two questions answered, it's so simple. You say, hey, I have these 3 strategies that will produce cash flow. So who we know that is doing this already? And you start right there. Right there. Because if you get stuck in the analysis paralysis, oh my God, but I want to do this or I want to do that. No, just take the action. Partner with someone who has done it, if that is strategy. But make sure that it's what you want to do. And if it wasn't the right thing, it's okay. There's another tomorrow for you to try another strategy and get fact checks, get notes, whatever it is. The thing is, don't stop just because you don't know what to do. Sometimes you can have someone telling you, hey, I'm going to give you $10,000 check if you give me that contract, right? Just try it. Just take action. Try something. Just don't stand still at this moment. If you really want to get into real estate, you have to try it. And if you really want to advance, move further, faster, you have to network and partner with other people who have done it in the past. Okay?
Excellent. Okay. So I'd like to ask the panelists, what was your biggest win and what was your biggest challenge? Iris, do you mind starting?
Big win.
Big win.
Big win. There's lots of wins, there's lots of challenges, of course. Let me just start off, I just love what you said, and I just have to say this. I love real estate. I'm so passionate about this because there's so many ways to make money. So many ways to make money. You can add, you know what, one last thing, all those programs work. Get educated, they all work. Are you working it? They all work. And you know what, maybe you might find something here that's interesting and something here, and maybe yes, you ask your questions, right? You know, what should I do? Just know you can keep adding. There's so many layers to this game. You know, as soon as I was bored flipping, I'm like, I better hold a few of these things, right? You can always add to the layers. It all just, there's so many exciting things to do. And that's why it's important to be in a network like this. Go to your local real estate clubs, do network with the women and partner with the people that have done it before you, because that will fast track your success for sure. And when I started out, I didn't have this opportunity to be surrounded by women. I remember just having the opportunity to go to the good old boys club. So when I started my club, at first it was, a best club for women, because I wanted to create the good old girls club. And you know what? It starts right here, ladies. This is what we're doing, the good old girls club. Okay, so challenges and wins. Okay, so I love this business. I think the biggest win for me every time I step out and do a deal and close something is just how many people. This business is a people business. And everything I do, I realize that it can affect people in such a positive way. So I told you that, my main thing is flipping. So when I get to flip, you know how many people benefit from that? Escrow officers get paid, title officers get paid, appraisers get paid, loan officers get to make money. Someone gets to live in a new house, contractors, their families, so many people benefit, insurance, all that. So many people benefit, and I realize that, if I wasn't doing this, I'm the instrument where all these people can benefit. So there is something awesome that you can accomplish just by doing that flip, or doing that note, or holding that property and providing housing and whatnot. Now, the challenges, my biggest challenges, again, are also the people. Oh man, just the contractors. You would think I've been doing this for, gosh, how long am I doing? About 14, 15 years now? And I still have issues with contractors, picking the right people to work with me. But with that being said, the great news about this is that in this business, you get to choose who you work with. Working corporate, working, that W-2. How many of you hate your boss or hate your clients? I may hate a contractor or, a trade for one job, but that's it. Then I guess what? You get no more jobs from me. So you get to choose who you work for, who you work with, who your private lenders are, who you want to wholesale a deal to, or who you want to give that job to. So again, the benefit and the challenge are the people. So thank you.
Pass the page, I will pass the mic back to Zoe. Okay, so, they're two in one, right? The biggest challenge was overcoming that total annihilation of my life. But it was also the biggest blessing. I coined a phrase, or I've stolen a phrase from my good friend Christina Suter, who you're going to hear from later on in this afternoon. She said, it's not a failure. It is a very difficult learning experience. Because you only fail if you don't learn something, right? I'm back. I'm here. I get to sit on a panel with you amazing ladies. I get to network with you amazing ladies. So that was one and the same for me. A little more specifically in notes, I love being able to help a family stay in their home and make money doing it. That is a huge plus for me. It doesn't happen with every family. I wish it would. It doesn't. But when that does happen, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You help somebody stay in their home that has been beat up. And again, that's kind of why I'm in my space, because I was beat up, right? I didn't get the help that I can offer to somebody. So that for me is probably, the biggest challenge and the biggest reward.
The biggest challenge for me to getting real estate actually was to getting real estate. I used to work as an engineer for Nestle and Johnson & Johnson, and take the leap of faith and quit your job, leave a six-figure income just because you want to commit and you want to follow your passion and do something different, claim your freedom. That was the biggest challenge. And especially if you don't burn that bridge behind you, because then you're getting calls from people, hey Jennifer, I have this job, and I'm like, I don't want a job anymore. I'm unemployable. I don't have that mindset anymore. And it was so difficult. So burning that bridge behind you and saying, yes, I was an engineer, and that helped me to put all the systems together to really rock the real estate business. That was the biggest challenge for me. And it was a blessing too, because then you get to come from a room where you tend to be the smartest person in the room to really be in a place where you don't know nothing. And for an engineer, that's a very difficult thing to swallow. But it's a very humbling